Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a new Ninjago storyline brought to us in the form of a new comic from a Lego Life magazine. Now with that being said, this comic is very much a huge reference to Ninjago Legends Monstrosity, which if you have not seen Ninjago Legends Monstrosity just yet, what are you doing? You should definitely go give that a watch. But yeah, the comic does reference Kai's time in the Land of Monsters. We will get to that here momentarily, but I will say this is kind of a pretty big deal, because this is the first time outside of Ninjago Legends Monstrosity, I believe, that the Land of Monsters has been directly referenced and Kai's journey through the Land of Monsters has been directly referenced. We had a quick callback to it very vaguely back during Dragon's Rising Season 1, where Lloyd mentions that Kai mentioned that he's been through some strange kingdoms, but that's about it. This comic very much dives deeper into Kai's journey there and the fallout of that entire event, but I will say the canon status of this comic is very much up for debate. I could see Ninjago fans claiming it to be canon, but at the same time there is an argument for this comic being non-canon. But without further ado, let's take a look at the comic in question, read through it, and go from there. So the comic in question is known as Kai's Monstrous Journey, and this very much is a Ninjago Monstrosity tie-in comic. Once again, some folks were kind enough to send in their scans from a recent Lego Life magazine. So starting off at the top here, just figured we could read through this entire thing, just very briefly talk about what goes on. But, you know, keep in mind the canon status of this comic is very unknown. I think it could fit into Ninjago canon, but we will talk about that more momentarily. So Kai is training Wildfire. Kai says, "Calm yourself, Wildfire. When your mind is clear, you will see." Wildfire is kind of like, you know, not the best at training here. She's a little impatient, and one of her heat blasts almost takes out Kai's favorite bonsai. He mentions here how Wildfire can use her emotions to grow stronger. Careful of the bonsai, they are super old, probably super dry as well, but Wildfire does end up kind of losing her patience here, losing her mind a little bit, and one of her heat blasts actually does take out one of the bonsai trees. So Wildfire, again, is just frustrated. This is a waste of time. I'm a failure. Kai starts freaking out over his bonsai tree being torched. That expression on Wildfire is really funny. Wildfire runs away. "I'm a monster. You really did it this time. Why are you always filled with such rage?" So sad. It breaks my heart. But Wildfire slams the door here, and some scrolls end up falling out of what appears to be this little plant pot here. It's kind of hard to tell. The lighting in this image is definitely not the best. But Wildfire says, "What is this?" She picks up these scrolls. Turns out it's a whole bunch of drawings, or an old journal from Kai. And we see some pretty monstrous stuff going on here with Kai. Very much documenting his time in the Land of Monsters, though some of this stuff is a little bit ambiguous regarding Ninjago Legends Monstrosity. I'm not exactly sure if all of this happened. I mean, this maybe very vaguely, but some of this other stuff is kind of like a little ambiguous there. But Wildfire is reading through these scrolls. She's just horrified. Kai comes in. "Don't look at those." Wildfire's like, "Who even are you?" A little bit of a tussle ensues here, and Kai eventually does kind of come clean here. "Tried to forget this chapter of my travels, but it still haunts me. Almost lost myself. After the merge, went looking for our friends, discovered the most terrible place, the Land of Monsters." And we get a little bit more insight here. Wildfire says, "The Land of Monsters, you made it out alive. Barely. I was hunted by unimaginable beasts and almost became one myself, like an actual monster." Yeah, so we kind of see, like, up here, again, maybe a little bit more of what went on in the Land of Monsters, not necessarily anything that we saw in Ninjago Legends Monstrosity. I mean, Kai was certainly a little on edge in Monstrosity, but not, like, to this degree, you know? Let's see. We have a little bit more of a map here. Dead dragon, a lot of other stuff going on here. "It was the toughest thing I've ever faced. Tried so hard to put it behind me. Had to accept myself for who I am." Nice little image of what I assume is the guardian dragon right here. And, you know, Kai and Wildfire talk a little bit more about what exactly a monster is, and, you know, eventually they do settle in. The training continues here. Wildfire is definitely doing a lot better now, and Kai says that was a really dark time, but it feels good to have shared it with a friend. Yes, of course. So, again, in terms of where this takes place in Ninjago canon, if anywhere, it's kind of hard to say. Obviously post Monstrosity, but a lot of the stuff that we see here we definitely did not see in Monstrosity, which makes me think that maybe there is a lot more to the land of monsters and Kai's journey there that we have not seen just yet. I mean, surely Ninjago Legends Monstrosity itself was just kind of like a brief snippet of what happened in the land of monsters. And maybe a lot of this other stuff we could see in flashbacks, say in Dragons Rising Season 4, potentially, or beyond. I mean, if we, you know, all of those rumors surrounding monsters and everything like that for Season 4 end up being legit, I mean, this could definitely, you know, tie into that storyline and make a lot more sense there. But again, in terms of where this takes place, it's hard to say because Kai is in his merge suit, Wildfire is in her tournament suit, and the same suit that she used beyond that. So again, maybe this takes place during Dragons Rising Season 1, but then why would Wildfire be here? Why do we see Kai in the land of monsters in his merge suit when he clearly did not have access to it during the timeline at this specific point in time? Because obviously he should be in his core suit here, or the outfit that we saw in Ninjago Legends Monstrosity. So again, kind of like a little bit of a hiccup here regarding the timeline, and it's kind of hard to figure out where exactly this takes place. However, it's just one of those comics where if it is canon, just, you know, just pretend like Kai is not in his merge suit here, or even here. Just kind of pretend, like make believe that it makes sense continuity wise. But still, I like this comic quite a bit. Again, it's nice to see Kai outside of Ninjago Legends Monstrosity reference his time in the land of monsters. I'm sure we will only see more of this in Dragons Rising Season 4 and beyond, potentially. Again, if the Season 4 monster rumors end up being true, this could very well be a precursor to that storyline. But with that being said, everyone, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Just wanted to cover this quick comic coming at us from a Lego Life magazine. That, of course, being Kai's Monstrous Journey. What exactly did you think of this storyline? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you hope we see the Land of Monsters referenced in the show itself? And where exactly do you think this takes place timeline-wise? Because again, it is very, very ambiguous. But leave all of your thoughts down below, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.